Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Saygıdeğer devlet ve hükümet başkanları,
Estimable heads of states and governments, estimable ministers, distinguished guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to extend my cordial greetings to each and every one of you. From here, we would like to send our most heartfelt salutations to all of our brothers and sisters in the Muslim world. And I also brought with me the greetings of our citizens at the Kuala Lumpur summit organized in Malaysia. I am very pleased to be here with you and very much excited. First of all, I would like to thank the Prime Minister of Malaysia, my dear friend Mahathir bin Mohamad, for his kind invitation personally on behalf of my delegation and my nation. From different corners of the Islamic world, we have participants at this meeting, and we have politicians, academics, representatives of NGOs, and many participants, and I would like to welcome you all. Each and every brother and sister here, their experiences, their criticism, their suggestions, I believe are of great importance for me personally and for my citizens. And Kuala Lumpur summit, I believe, will further strengthen our solidarity and contribute to the existence of our ummah. And my brothers and sisters, hopefully, we will talk about sustainable development, security, defense, trade, investment, technology, and internet, and talk about opportunities of cooperation among one another. From Islamophobia to terrorism, from atrocities to conflicts, from sectarian conflicts to many other subjects, we will have the chance to discuss. 1.7 billion is the population of the Muslim world, which corresponds to the 1/3 of the whole population of the world. We will talk about the potential we have and, of course, the handicaps, the issues that prevent us from emerging. For an independent Islam world, we will have distinguished participants, brothers and sisters, who will share their opinions with us, and I, beforehand, in advance, would like to thank them for their great contributions. And I would like to reiterate one subject which hurts my heart indeed. The Islam world occasionally is brought together under same roofs, but the biggest problem here is the lack of practice. In the Palestinian case, if we have not registered any mileage, and if we cannot prevent the exploitation of our resources, and if we cannot stop the shredding of our geography, then there is a problem, because the Islam world is not weak, is not desperate, and the Muslim world, the Islam world, in terms of geography, location, or opportunities, has no difference compared to its peers. And on the contrary, Islam world is in a very good position compared to many. Considering the oil resources, the natural resources, the population, the human resources bestowed on us by God, we still see that a large portion of the Muslim population is struggling against poverty and many other problems. In Quran, many times it is ordered for us to use our reason. It will be easy to put the blame on the others for our own mistakes. The Muslims in the past 2 centuries suffered much, and it is only because rather than facing the problems, they chose the easy way. And as long as we do practice and implement our decisions, we will be able to lead change, I believe. And I hope that the Kuala Lumpur summit will make a breakthrough, create a breakthrough for it. In the center of Asia, Africa, and Europe, we are being the most affected by any development unfolding in our region. The war, the persecution, and the pressure of the terrorists made many brothers and sisters by our borders flee their countries. Other than those coming from Syria, we have hundreds of thousands of immigrants coming from Afghanistan and Iraq. And led by the United Nations, we attended the UN Global Refugee Forum, and I flew from there directly to Kuala Lumpur Summit, and at the forum I addressed certain relevant issues regarding refugees, and also underlined the fact that we need to find solutions for global problems. All the platforms we are a party to and about which we take responsibility, we talk about the problems encountered by the humanity. The world system is to be structured on the basis of justice and equality, and we reiterate that fact. The winners of the Second World War established a new world, and the destiny of the Islam world of 1.7 billion cannot be left only at the hands of 5 great powers, and this system has come to the end of its life. Bringing Islam countries together, platforms such as OIC should be updated so that they are more effective in their activities. The OIC term presidency we consecutively held for 3 years. We attached great importance to such subjects. We did not only talk about and identify our problems, but we kept a close track on the decisions and made sure the decisions taken were in put in practice, and to preserve the honor of Palestine and Jerusalem, we struggled from Turkmenistan to Yemen, from Libya to Syria. We reacted against any sort of injustice and illegality. To further strengthen our Islamic world, to boost our trade volume, to further strengthen our cooperation in technology and defense, we undertook many projects, and a high-level public and private sectors investment conference was held for the first time for this reason. But the silence of the Muslim world and the idleness as well were issues some were feeding on, and they were disturbed by our activities. And with their subcontractors, if you will, from FETÖ terrorist organizations, they ran campaigns against our country and slandered some, including my very self, and tried to surrender our country through terrorist corridors. within and outside the country, there were many who tried to make Turkey keep silent and tried every method, including terrorism or military coups. And thank God we have not remained silent against these all. And the more they will try to silence us, the more loudly we will say Palestine, Syria, Arakan. And the more they pressure us, the more loudly we will articulate that the world is bigger than five. As long as they continue to divide us, try to divide us or fragment our countries, we hold stronger on our brotherhood. And without making any indiscrimination among terrorist organizations, we struggle, we fight against all. And the murderers of Daesh, they were cornered in Syria. We devastated them in Syria, and we will be removing all the other terrorists of PKK and YPG from the region. Those who will, we are rather placing more importance on projects that will help us. And with the belief and understanding that the Muslims are brothers and sisters, we will continue on our path and with our struggle. From the defense sector to technology, from commerce to other activities, we, my dear brothers and sisters, see figures that are much lower than our potential. The share of the Muslim countries in the world trade volume does not even correspond to 10%. The income gap in between the poorest and the wealthiest is almost 200 times. Even though the Islam world possesses the 59% of the oil reserves and 58% of the natural resources, we see that many brothers and sisters from our geography struggle to survive. And the global health expenditure of the whole Muslim world in the global scale is only 4%, and the ratio of literacy in the world is 82%, while in the Islam world it is around 70%. The Islam countries can only allocate 3.7% of their national income for education. The other countries, on average, allocate 4.8% of it. The conflicts ongoing in the world currently, when we have a look at them, we see that 90% of the casualties are from the Muslim world. And every one of 3 weapons sold in the world goes to the Middle East. So due to some simple reasons, the Muslims point guns against one another. And instead of utilizing resources for education, health, and trade, the ones who become richer and richer are the owners of weapons. Quantum computers, robotics, and many advanced technologies are of discussions in our day, as we have seen a while ago. We spend and waste our energy for unreasonable issues. And I know very clearly that are not happy about this general picture. But of course, we also know that there are also harbingers in challenging times. We are the members of such a religion. Our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said that we should plant the last remaining sapling, even though it is the last day of the earth. And no matter how challenging the conditions are, we cannot give up on our hopes from God. And every crisis brings concomitantly about opportunities. And if we stand united, if we stand as brothers and sisters, and if we concentrate on the future rather than the past, the gates for productivity will be open for us. And we need to stand united and come closer, shoulder to shoulder. Rather than just articulating the problems, we should concentrate on potential solutions and make sure that we give momentum to our potential and also the projects that will further strengthen us should outweigh. And strategically important fields such as technology, defense, finance should help us further reinforce our cooperation. From national currencies to investment, from preventing wasting to environment to health to tourism, there are many fields in which we can take steps forward. And hopefully, in the remaining part of our conference, we will be sharing our concrete recommendations, proposals for solutions. May God always keep us under the light of Quran and the holy path of our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. As I finalize my speech, I once again would like to state that the Kuala Lumpur summit hopefully will be auspicious for everyone, and I would like to thank to my wise friend, distinguished colleague, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Mahathir bin Mohamad, and I would like to extend my cordial greetings and best regards to my Malaysian brothers and sisters. Thank you.
We would now like to invite His Excellency Dr. Hassan Rouhani, President of the Islamic Republic of Iran, to deliver his address. Please welcome His Excellency Dr. Hassan Rouhani, ladies and gentlemen.